Hey guys, this is Dr. Hub. Today we are looking at the paraphilic disorders. So we are dealing with the DSM-5 criteria here, and this includes the 8 specific paraphilic disorders. So to begin with, the first one is the exhibitionistic disorder. So this includes the sexual arousal from exposing their genitals to the strangers. So you have a sexual arousal from exposing. So you expose the genitalia to a stranger. This is exhibitionistic disorder. Then comes the pedophilic disorder. So in case of the pedophilic disorder, it is a sexual arousal to the, so there is a sexual arousal, and this happens to a prepubescent individual, and it is generally 13 years or younger. Next in line is the voyeuristic disorder. So there is voyeuristic disorder. So this is nothing but there is a sexual arousal from observing others' sexual activities. This is by observing other sexual activities. Next is the sexual sadism disorder. So there is something known as the sexual sadism disorder. So it is nothing but the sexual arousal upon inflicting suffering or humiliation. So you have the sexual arousal from inflicting the suffering and humiliation. So there is suffering as well as the humiliation. Then comes the frotteuristic disorder. So what is this? This is nothing but the sexual arousal. This is by touching or rubbing against the non-consenting person, or rubbing against non-consenting person. Then we move on to the fetishistic disorder. So in terms of fetishistic disorder, there is a sexual arousal. This is from the use of inert objects. So you use inert objects such as the female undergarments. Then we move on to the transvestic disorder. There is transvestic disorder. So this is nothing but there is a sexual arousal from the cross dressing. The sexual arousal from the cross dressing. Next we move on to the sexual masochism. So this is the sexual arousal from being humiliated, beaten, bound, or made to suffer. So there is a sexual arousal. This is from being humiliated. So the individual is being humiliated. Then the individual may be beaten. Then it may be bound or made to suffer. So all these things can happen. So other thing to note is that as per ICD-11, the first 5 are included under the paraphilic disorders. So the first 5, they are included in the paraphilic disorder. And the 2 other subclasses in addition to this are, so there are other 2 subclasses. So first one is the other paraphilic disorders involving the non-consenting. So there is a non-consenting individuals. So they include nothing but the arousal patterns. and it involves the corpses or the animals. Next, there is the paraphilic disorders. So under the paraphilic disorders, this involves the solitary behavior or consenting individuals. So it involves the solitary behavior or the consenting individuals. So the example here is the asphyxophilia. So there is asphyxophilia, there is fetishism, as well as a fetishistic transvestism. So this was about the paraphilic disorders. We saw the list of disorders and we have seen some important descriptions of this as well. So to learn and grow daily like this, please do subscribe.